Google. Let's go get him again.
Welcome back to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host Mark, and welcome to an unboxing first impression video on my channel. Today we are unboxing, not really, it's a tester. The box was a plain white box. I'm not going to show you that, but we are doing a first impression. Never smelled Annie. Hype Beast, of course. Free Bottle Brigade, of course. So, you know, my back's a little up a little bit on this one just because free bottles means you got some fake. Now there's some good stuff. Like this is a fragrance actually that has continued to have hype. It's not just Free Bottle Brigade hype. So I gotta give it that. You can tell the fakers, the pretenders, when 6 months later nobody's talking about the fragrance. A year later nobody's talking about a fragrance. But if multiple years go by, the Free Bottle Brigade has been long gone. There's some legit portion of the hype, we'll say. Nishane, not a brand I cover a lot on my channel. I would say I probably have like less than 10 videos on this brand on my channel, to be quite honest. It's a brand that I'm still dipping my toe in. Africa Olifin, which is one that I did a test drive on last week, I feel is the best of the brand. It's a little animalic, right up my alley, a little different, a little more crazy. I like darker scents. But I do like utility fragrances, and I think this is gonna be one of those. It's a utility fragrance. Now, I don't wanna judge it too soon, but I feel like this is gonna be one of those because it's a vanilla-based fragrance. From what the reviewers say, vanilla. Well, vanilla is so popular, I could probably do a top 100 vanillas in my collection. I'm not kidding. I own a lot. I love vanilla. You can't beat Spiritueuse du Vanille by Guerlain. A simple, straightforward vanilla extract. That's what I want. When I have a vanilla kick, I don't want anything too complex. Now, there is some complex vanillas out there. Of course, there's tons of them. And then there's the simplistic ones. I like both. But when I want a vanilla, usually I want a vanilla extract. Syrupy, ambery, you know, warm, comforting vanilla, not a soft, fluffy. There's some that utilize florals in the background to almost give it like a summer vibe. So I'm interested in seeing what Nishane will do. Cecile Zakorian, which is a up-and-comer, I can't even call her an up-and-comer anymore. She's arrived. She's one of those that is trending forward as far as one of the better parfumers out there. So that is a plus for this release. Vanilla based, I love vanilla based scents, so that's another plus for this fragrance. But again, this brand I haven't talked much about. I own, I think, 6 bottles. I still got a lot. I bought a couple testers of this brand. I think I have like 2 or 3 more to kind of like unbox and kind of like officially do the video, and then it can go behind me. If a bottle's behind me, that means it's official. It's in the collection. I have like a whole bunch of bottles on the side that you can't see that are waiting to be unboxed or having this type of video, so I can officially put them in the side here in the back. So let's go back to this. Of course, it was hyped with the Free Bottle Brigade, I think 3 years ago. I'm trying to think. I think this was an Essence. I know that there's a fragrance thing in Europe that brands give free bottles to influencers to push their newest product. I think this was one of those. So it got a lot of love within that time frame. But it had prolonged love. Like, people are still talking about this. So that is a hype that may be legit, you know, too legit to quit. Free Bottle Brigade, you gotta watch out. 6 months, 8 months, a year later, is anybody talking about this fragrance? Now you know if it's legit or not. So there is some, I think, legit reasons why this is getting a lot of love. So maybe I always take a hype train with a grain of salt. So let's see. Let's see what this is all about. Now, vanilla-based fragrance. I absolutely love the simplicity of these bottles. The caps on these bottles are very heavy, like I think even heavier than the bottle almost. But good attention to detail. I do like it. Very simplistic. I kind of like that kind of thing. So let's sniff out Annie from the brand of Nishane, a Hype Beast, and we'll see what I get. Good atomizer. It's gonna be my scent of the day today, so some people get mad. You oversprayed. Whatever. It's what I gotta do to start things off. I gotta really mix it in. Come on. Okay. Well, not what I thought. is very light. And I mean that there's, you know, you look at a note breakdown and the top notes are citruses, you don't know how much of an effect, if any at all. Top notes, you know, they burn off quite quickly. But you can't, you know, I'm blind by a lot, and you really can't look at a note breakdown and go, oh, okay, this is going to be, like even the reviews right now, I don't know, if I looked at all the thumbnails, not actually looking at the reviews on YouTube, and it's all vanilla this and that, I'd be like, you're a liar. I'm not saying there's not any vanilla in here, but oh, that bergamot is front and center. I'm very much citrus heavy up top, the vanilla in the back end. I'm getting some sparkle, bergamot does that. Ginger's in here too. They're both major players in this introduction. So this fragrance may have layers to it. There might be some complexity to it, and I feel like there is going to be because the top notes are so front and center now. So I won't be able to give you what the dry down gives you, and this is kind of double-edged sword of an unboxing first impression that I can only tell you about what I'm smelling off the top. And if I'm looking at the hype and the YouTubers, and again, I didn't do a bunch of research, like I'm not going and clicking on all the Annie reviews and seeing what reviewers say, but looking at the thumbnails, you would think heavy vanilla. No. No. This isn't it. Vanilla, citrus heavy, ginger. There's some green, there's some yellow here. So the vanilla isn't a big, bold, syrupy kind that I love, but still very solid, more of a creamy kind. This reminds me a little bit, and again, I'm not saying, you know, again, this is just a first impression, so don't shoot me, but Sublime Vanille by Creed that I own, obviously a really expensive fragrance in the niche family, but Sublime Vanille starts off very citrusy, and the vanilla is very creamy, but there's some florals in the back end of that one. This one, not so much. I think this one is more, oh, there's a fruity aspect in here, like a fruity pebble. I got like fruity pebbles right off the bat. Oh yeah. So the vanilla, you know what this reminds me of? It's not full on gourmand, but I'm gonna say cakey. Kind of like making me think of like a lemon sponge cake kind of thing. Oh, there's blackcurrant in this. That's why I'm getting a fruity pebbles. Jeez, that's what I got. Like the lemon itself, it's not like a fresh cut lemon. It's like a lemon zest that you would put on top of a cake or something. Like there's a little bit of vanilla icing. Like it really has that depth to it a little bit. It was very light as a vanilla fragrance. There's an airy quality to it, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of, not a dense cake and maybe sponge cake, I don't know, like an airy cake that has, you know, it has some airiness, bright, zesty opening. There's some zest in here. It's very vivid, very nicely done. Blend is excellent. Like from this introduction, the blends are like Cecile's really good. So I kind of expected that. Really good blend, unisex all the way. I could see why there's probably, I don't know, I haven't really looked, but probably a bunch of female fragrance reviewers reviewing this, and male, because this is very much towing the line. Like there's nothing too crazy here. Citruses, a vanilla that's honestly a thin vanilla, if I can say that. A little bit of spice, why it's making me think a little bit of cake, but the spices aren't big and spicy, right? Like a black pepper really will hit your nose, maybe man it up a little bit, give it a little bit of edge. There's no edges here. There's really, and that's why I'm saying the blend is so well that everything melds together well. Very much, I was on the dot. Utility fragrance. Utility, utility, utility. What do I mean by that? If you're new to this, basically, you like vanilla, you like citruses, you like something easy to wear. There's nothing here that's a rough edge. I don't think, and that's what's a utility fragrance, especially in the niche realm. If you're looking to spend a lot of money, you know, this is a lot of money for you, and you're looking at the line, you're not going to buy an Africa Leaf fan like I did and love it, or maybe you will, but you're not going to buy that unless you have, you know, good income that you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to wear that from time to time. But if you're looking for a signature scent, this is utility all day, every day. Pleasant, easy to wear. People won't get offended. Is it one of the better vanillas in the game? Taste-wise, no. I like my big, bold, syrupy fragrances as far as vanillic goes. I want my vanilla smells to look like a vanilla pod, more dark than a white fluffy one. Is it a good one? Yes, 100%. Is it a big bold? No, this is more of a, I wouldn't say, like, there's vanillas that are very much like a Spiritueux du Beveni. That's what you're gonna get, is vanilla. This is more complex than that. You're getting a lot more than that. And that's where the vanilla is primary, but it shares the spotlight with so much. You know, I got that black currant in there, and it's making me think of like a light fluffy cake, right? That has no personality, sorry, but not sorry. It's just like a cake that's very fluffy. Little thin layer of vanilla icing, lemon zest on top. There's some greens here that I'm thinking like, well, bergamot's green, so green citrus. Little bit of spice in that cake to give it a little bit of texture or a little bit of taste, yeah. And then there's a little fruitiness too. So there might be a little hints here and there, not big, like the fruitiness is not big in this one. It's good enough to be an office wear scent, and it's good enough to be a warm, cozy nighttime scent, like staying in. Signature scent worthy, 100%. I can already tell from first sniff. That ginger and that bergamot really stays. Like it's not going away. Like I'm trying to see, okay, what's the back end of this thing, right? There's other things in here that I'm assuming are going to be in here that's going to warm it up. And Cecile is really good at transitions. That's why she does a lot of amouage-based fragrances. So we're really looking forward to the transitions in here. And it might not be big and bold. I can already tell because of the popularity of it. I kind of figured it wasn't going to get a lot of rough edges here. It's going to be very much people-pleasing. A solid release, not a standout. Like if you're saying what's your best, like your top 5 vanillas, Mark. What are my top 5 vanillas? Would this make, it would have a case. It would be there. Like I would probably scatter like 10, 20 bottles, okay? Like bring it down to 20, 25, 30, we'll say. This would be in the running, but it doesn't have the, it's just pleasant. It's signature scent worthy, and that's just my personal taste, right? When I'm looking at niche, I'm looking for rough edges. That's all. Like if I'm looking for vanilla, my vanilla bug is I want something with a lot more personality, a big punching vanilla. And it doesn't have to be simplistic. Like it can be a complex scent that has incense and woods and stuff like that. This is very safe, straightforward, easy to wear. Yeah, I can't even, you know, I don't know what reviewers have been saying. Are they saying that this is like a fall winter? No, this is almost every season. It's so soft. It is warming up a bit here in the back end. Yeah, but it's not, and again, when I'm saying that whole sponge cake thing, I don't want to go full on gourmand here with all of you that are watching this and thinking of blind buy it. Hopefully you're not. But yeah, it's not that gourmand. It has tons of citrus, right? Up top. Yeah, so it's tippy-toeing in that whole gourmand, like it's not full on. Like I've had some really, what's one? A vanilla cake from Montal. It's over there somewhere. That is a cakey vanilla. This is not that. However, if you do like really like sweet vanilla cake, like birthday cake type thing, Montal's birthday vanilla cake, awesome. Awesome. This is more of a composite. Like you can tell that the blend is way better than like a Montal. And that's why you're buying it for, I'm assuming. So not in that gourmand territory, that big, bold, big, sweet thing. Yeah. So at the end of the day, solid utility fragrance. From what I'm getting here, again, first impression. Sounds like a freaking review. This is probably a longer first impression video that I've done in a while. It's just I got, you know, it's so easy. As a complex scent, it's so easy to say, okay, this is where it's going to go. And maybe I'm judging it, like, is the hype real? I don't know. It's easy. If you don't have too many vanillas in your collection, I could see this going in someone's top 3, top 5, or their best, because it's so easy to wear. That's what I'm getting out of this. But for me, it's not a wow vanilla. So worth the hype. Sorta. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be maybe a little bit of depth to it, but very simple, straightforward scent. Anyway, I've talked enough. I wish you were there to tell me to stop, Mark. It's done. Review's done. Okay, it's just a first impression. You don't have to go crazy. Jeez. Now, that you heard my take. I'd love to see yours in the comments below. I know a lot of you love this. Masterpiece? No. Utility? Yeah. One of the best vanillas in the game. If you're looking at utility, blend, signature scent vanillas, now we're talking. It's in that category. But again, and I'm not saying because you like this, you're not a true frag head, but I'm a true frag head through and through. Give me dark syrupy vanilla. Give me more. That's where I'm at with this. Yeah, something that you can just blindfold yourself, wear it, dress it up, dress it down, any season. I feel like the citruses in here really helps it out as a transition from fall, winter, spring, and even summer nights. This could be good for that, man. Yeah, a solid release from Nishane. Definitely not better than Africa Elephant. That thing is blend-wise, they're both very good. I gotta give it props where I have to give it props. But it is exactly where I kind of thought it was gonna be as far as a release. So I can't wait to see the comments. You know, you could be on either side. I think it's more positive than negative, so maybe some people won't like this review, but I'm honest as honest can be, man. I'm just not, yeah, the bergamot is still kicking on this one. Wow, that's citrusy. And ginger, some nice ginger in there. Yeah, really good opening, like a standout opening actually on this. And some good vanilla in the back end. Again, not as vanillic as people say, maybe. As always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your vanilla-based fragrance wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.